All right, all right, all right. I think I be live. Hello, Zen friends. Welcome to a special Sunday afternoon session where I come back on to finish out all the readings from this morning's session. I completed all the donations. I did not get to any free readings, so I will complete them. I got a little over 20 or so free readings to do. So we will do that. Um, After I'm done with the session, I will post a pinned comment listing the order in which the readings are completed and the timestamps so that you'll be able just to click on, find your name, click on it. It'll take you right to your reading. So that is what we will do. We're going to continue to use this beautiful Tarot of Dreams for the readings this afternoon. So we will jump right in. And let me make sure I grab timestamps because that's the important thing, right? Well, besides the messages from Spirit. So, Dejona, you are up first. Look, you got 111 for your timestamp there. And you wanted to know whatever you needed to know. So, Dejona, let's take a look here. See what Spirit has here for you. All right. Do you want these two? You have the Ace of Swords. Wow. And the 8. So the Ace and the 8 of Swords coming in here. This does talk about, of course, clarity, seeing things from this higher perspective. You know, we have our human perspective of why humans do what we do and how the world works and the physical world. But there's always what's going on behind the scenes and beneath the surface. The higher reason, the truer reason of why things are happening for us in our world. The Eight of Swords is about us letting go of these old mindsets, the old stories, the, thoughts and beliefs and opinions that we had and expectations that we learned growing up about how things are supposed to be and should be and need be and have to be and must be, blah, 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 right? So those things constrict us. They are the things that blind us, bind us, and make us feel trapped and restricted. Makes us feel powerless and small because it's all those human beliefs of comparison and contrast, but it's all not true. It's all opinion. Just it's like, you have to do this to be lovable. Do I? But it's like questioning. But the Ace of Swords is, let me see things from that higher perspective, from a place of unconditional love that allows me to let go of. That's what the Eight of Swords is 4 swords on each side is this beautiful flow. It's letting go, letting that flow leave. And that's where this freedom comes in. Instead of feeling trapped and restricted, we pop that bubble, that mental bubble, and that allows you to go and do things that you might have been afraid to do before or didn't believe you could do before. So it's a very important time to, if there's something my heart is leading me to want to do and my mind is going, no, we shouldn't do that. Shouldn't is one of the expectation words, right? The opinion. It's like, why? What am I afraid of? What is really at the root of it? So there's a lot of freedom that can come in with that. And I feel like that's what is to be known right now, is to question, what am I thinking about that is keeping me from moving forward on where my heart wants to take me? Let me question that, because in questioning it, that's where we can find our freedom. All right. So that is what they have for you, Dejona. So many blessings to you. And we have Starfall coming up. You got yours at 4:08. You'd like a general reading. Let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Whoa. Half the deck goes almost flying off the table here. They got a lot to tell you, but we'll keep it to just a simple message of a couple cards. It's our human mind. We don't want to be inundated with too much at a time. You have the Eight of Cups and the King of Wands. Well, the air conditioner just kicked in. Must be getting warm out there. So you do have the, sorry, I'm covering the microphone. The Eight of Cups is about letting go of emotions that don't serve us anymore and moving in a different direction. King of Wands energy is Aries energy. We have the this beautiful Pisces moon energy, which we have a Pisces full moon lunar eclipse coming up next Sunday. So that could have something that could bring in some extra powerful energy here for you. But you do have some choices to make here. And the King of Wands is an energy of clearing the throne room of all the advisors, blah, 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 in our ear, right? And me choosing what I want to do. Not what I think I'm supposed to do from the noggin, but my heart. What do I want to do? Making a plan and moving forward. The Eight of Cups is about doing an inventory of your relationships and emotions you have pushed down, but I'm feeling more so relationship energy here. Just really becoming aware of those adult relationships where I'm giving 70, 80, 90% of the emotional energy in, like all the time, and they're only giving back 10, 20, 30%. So when you do this inventory, you realize I deserve equal giving and receiving. Now, relationships fluctuate and go back and forth, right? Some days I can only give 10% and the other person gives 90. Other days I give 90 and they give 10. It's that, you know, flow. And sometimes it's only 10 and 10. That big gap in the middle, we just learn to deal with until we're able to, have the energy and ability to give. Well, that's normal. That's the give and take of relationship. I'm talking about the ones where it's consistently, always, most always, you're giving 70, 80, 90%. They're only giving 10, 20, and 30. You're pouring your energy into a black hole. And you might have these that, cut them off right away. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I don't need to think about it. They're already on the chopping block. I know. Let me just stop investing and let it drift away. Others, you're like, well, I want to give them a chance, so I'll back off to 50%. And if they don't make up the difference over time, they will drift apart, and then you can take it all back. But this is all about making this choice of where I'm investing my emotional energy. Because if we're almost overdrawn in our emotional bank, we can't draw in relationship because our heart knows it doesn't have the capacity to pour that love energy in. And so it's preparation in a way of having important relationships and having something to come into our life, either a person or a situation where I can pour emotional energy in, but it won't come in if my heart knows it doesn't spend the emotional energy when it knows it's not there to have it, so it won't invest it. So I like this is an important time to really evaluate your where you're investing your emotional energy, and you can make some adjustments for you because you realize, yeah, all this money is just going, all this emotional money is going nowhere, and I can use that for something else. So I like that. So I didn't realize it's getting a little bright over here. I think the sun did come out. All right, so that's what they have for you, Starfall. Hopefully that helps. So many blessings to you. All right, and then Eagle, you are up. Grab your timestamp. You'd like a general for the upcoming week. Let's see what Spirit has here for you for the upcoming week. All right. Do you want this one? Do you want that one? No, I want this one. What do we have happening? We got the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. There is a little message here with the High Priestess, which is about stepping back. She goes away from the chaos, goes up into her High Priestess temple, connects with the higher realms, looks behind the veil of what's really going on, dives deep below the surface too, and into the own emotions and trying to decide what is it that I need to see. She's the revealer of secrets, of the unknown too. And with the Queen of Swords, which is a balance between head and heart, I do feel like the heart has been feeling, and there's this time coming up of making sure you're taking the step back to reflect, because you'll get not from the human noggin, the noodle clarity, but from the higher realms, this energy, this awareness of what do I need to know behind there. Even on this card, it says, the High Priestess, she's got this little thing. It's down here. It says, darkness into darkness, the key to all mystery. So there's this unlocking of this knowledge of what's behind these emotions, what's triggering below this, right? What is the source of this? And I feel like it is something that's been bubbling up, and especially maybe a particular trigger could to do with relationships because of this Libra energy, which rules over the house of relationships with people. That there's a trigger that's been coming up over and over and over, and lately maybe coming up a lot more often, but it's coming up to show you that because if something's running on autopilot below the surface, it'll continue to run on autopilot, continue to impact us until it goes, "Hey, look at me," so that I can be like, "Oh yeah, let's get to the root of that." We transform it, and then that trigger stops impacting us. It stops rippling into our life. So I feel like for this upcoming week, it's important for you to do a little bit of reflection with that because you'll be noticing, I feel like this week, like situations that have been repeating. You see them come up this week, and I feel like they come up this week enough where you're like, okay, okay, I see you're trying to tell me something. It's going to be really that obvious this week. So that's what I feel they have for you, Eagle. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Patricia. Hello, hello, Patricia. Grab your timestamp here. So you want to know what do I need to know right now? I know Sunday already. Fast weekend month. It's been crazy. It is a sign of our evolution. Our energy has been changing. I've been reading a lot and hearing a lot from different people channeling entities and collectives and all this kind of stuff, that one of the signs is that our energy is getting higher vibrations. Time feels like it's going fast. Suddenly we're like, September 1st tomorrow. Where did 2020? I have to always remember, what year am I in? Like, where did 2026 go? You're like, what? Just kidding. It's 2025. We're like, whoa. All right. Well, let's see. What do you need to know right now? uh, in your life, Patricia, in this fast moving, fast paced, it's like someone sat down on the remote of life and hit the fast forward button because it feels like we're faster speed. So let's see what we got here. You've got the strength card, a lot of Leo energy coming in there. This is your human self and your higher self. And you have the 10 of swords coming in here too. 10 of swords is an energy of, I'm just sick and tired of trying to please everyone and feeling disappointed and having people feel disappointed in me. I'm just tired of, worrying about what people think and doing everything and making decisions because of all of those expectations and opinions of supposed to and should and need to and have to and must. Well, the strength card also is the courage of standing forward, moving forward, finding that strength of, I'm going to be me. I'm not going to worry about what other people are saying or doing, or I can't control people's choice of story, people's emotions they're going to choose, the energy they're going to invest in their physical actions. It can make it easier or harder for people to choose higher or lower vibration, but ultimately you can give someone the world, they could still choose a lower vibration, unhappiness and discontent and whatever. So take all that energy we're trying to control the world in whatever ways, and we bring it back to control the only things that I can control, which are the stories, my thoughts, my beliefs, my stories that I choose to put on situations. Life is meaningless. We're designed to create the meaning, and we are the ones that create the story. We've got a lot of opinion on what the story should be. That doesn't mean that that is what I have to choose. They're just suggesting. When that happens, this is what it means. Well, that's good for you, but I'm going to choose it means this. I also get to choose my emotions. Can't choose anyone else's. No one can make me feel anyway. They can make it easier or harder, but I still choose how I feel. My energy, what I'm putting forward, and my physical actions, right? I can control all of that. And it's about bringing that back, taking the courage of stepping forward and living the life that I want to live, not with the one everyone else thinks I'm supposed to live. So I like this energy, Leo energy, the courage, the fire. It's time to step forward with that courage, to live and not just try to live up to other people's expectations. So good. I feel like you've been working on doing that more and more and more, and this is just another huge nudge, especially with all this eclipse energy we got, very much encouraging us to let the old go and bring in the new. There are a lot of changes happening in our lives and in the world. So, very much great energy to do all that. So, hopefully that helps, Patricia. That's what they have for you right now, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Ashish, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. You want to know, will you be successful in your IT career? So, based on current energies and where you are headed, okay, I do want this one here. Yeah, I mean, it really is up to you. You actually got three cards. These two came out together, which is the World card and the Two of Wands. The World card is an ending of a major cycle in your life, and the Two of Wands going forward in that. Um, but you also got the Ace, which is about an encouragement to follow your heart, not the noggin, not the brain, which is telling you this is supposed to be and should be and need to be. I feel here they're saying here with the World card, which is an ending and beginning energy, that you're reading your career in IT where, with your Two of Wands, if I focus on what I'm grateful for and focusing in on, that kind of higher vibrational energy versus if I focus on lack or need or want, or fears, because that energy will repress me and pull me down. If I'm focusing on, you know, the feeling of lower vibrational energy, it feels constricting instead of growth and expanding. You can feel it within you, which is a higher vibration. If I'm focusing on higher vibration, then I get success. If I focus on lower vibration, I get instead. But with all of this, I feel like, yeah, you can do well in your IT career. If you focus your energy on gratitude for what you have and what you have had and do that, but not focus on being driven to want more, 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 because that just pushes it away. But if you sit in gratitude, you can have that. I do feel eventually you're going to get a little bored and discontent with your IT career because your heart, your Ace of Cups here, your heart is wanting something to do, in your life that feels like it's not in what you're doing now. It feels like your heart's trying to draw you in a different direction. Um, Maybe it still involves IT or not. But when you connect with your heart, you feel like you're living. When you are doing what the mind is telling you to do, we kind of feel like we're existing. You're going to get to that point where you feel like you're existing, then your heart's going to go, I want to go do this. So they're like, yeah, you can be successful, like financially and achievements and stuff and all that. But if your heart's not in it, then it's not going to feel fulfilling. You'll be wanting to go and do something different that's more in alignment with who you are. So that's what's coming in for you right now, Ashish. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Maria P., you are up. Thank you for your donations today. Appreciate those. For your free reading, you want a general for you and Wally. So what? All right, I do want that one. Well, I can't tell between the two, so I'm going to take them both. Wow. Yeah, we got the Six of Cups. We got children energy here. So the Six of Cups energy, it is a Scorpio moon. Let's see what these other energies are here. Oh, I see, because these are both the fears around relationships and love that come in here. The unseen, the unknown. And that makes sense. The, Scorpio sun energy, Scorpios have this desire to dive deep into the secrets and the unknown. And there can be, depending on the energy, especially with fear energy, there can be suspicion. And it's important to face this because if we let it just continue to bubble below the surface, it will blow up at times, right? It's like if I don't trust someone, or if I have mistrust inside of me because of previous other people, I might have my suspicions. I might be checking things. I might be looking, not saying anything, but it's all below the surface. And, we're wondering, and I wonder if this is true or not, or whatever. It's it's that fear that we can look at, because what's really below the surface fear is, well, I don't want to get cheated on. I don't want to be deceived, right? That's a lot of what all us humans have. And we don't want to, let's see, how do we say this? We don't, well, of course, we don't want to feel betrayed. We don't want all this, but really below the surface, we're putting a lot of power around that situation, someone's actions defining who I am, right? And that's why we fear it. That's why I'm like, um, because I have maybe a subconscious definition or story that I put to, when someone does this, with someone else, like if someone sleeps with someone else or has feelings for someone else, talks to someone else, that means this about me. Then I fear that they're going to do those things because I don't want to feel less than. But I'm giving my power to someone else's actions or non-actions, their words or their silence. And until I realize their actions don't have anything to do with me, but my trigger coming up is about me. So I need to look at that. And if I don't have any belief in that their actions mean anything about me, then it's not that I don't care. It doesn't impact me. It's like if someone walks up on the street and says, "You're an orange popsicle, and I hate orange popsicles." And I'm like, "What? Okay." You just walk away going, "Ooh, they need some help, right? I'm not an orange popsicle. I don't believe that. It doesn't impact me." But if someone comes up to me and says, "You're unlovable and I don't like you," and I walk away, if there's any truth that's inside of me that believes that I'm unlovable, then I'm going to be impacted by it, right? So the same thing, if I believe someone else's actions mean something about me, then I'm going to worry and fear and be concerned about whether what someone does or doesn't do, says or doesn't say, that it means something. And so it's really about getting our power back and releasing someone from having that power over me, because it's really, they don't know they have the power over it, because the power is in here. It's a story that's happening in here, not in reality. So hopefully that helps, Maria. I just feel like it's an important energy to know right now. All right. So many blessings to you. And then we have here, I think this is, I'm going to murder this, I know, and I'm so sorry in advance. Yapuganti Swarup. I'm probably so sorry. You want to know, will you get paid this month? All right, let's take a look here. Based on your current energy, what else? Anything else they need to know around this? All right, I do want this one here. Come on. Yeah, well, I do feel you do. Because you got the 6 of coins. They're handing you coins to you in the picture here. And the Wheel of Fortune. Jupiter, growth, money, abundance, energy. So yes, with these 2 cards coming in, it's very much putting you towards the great possibility for that. Something that you can do, which I talk about when we're talking about abundance, is instead of focusing on our fears of not being paid possibly, or that I don't have enough, or I'm not going to get enough, that energy pushes stuff away. But if we help spirit help us by having gratitude, sincere gratitude for what we do have in money now, and the money I have had, just sitting in that and going, I loved it when that money came in. I loved when I had that abundance. I love the abundance I have now. That opens up the conduit and allows things to flow more towards us with that too. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. New love, you are up. So you want to know, is Robin Are you Batman? I'm just kidding. So, Robin, are they going to be back in your life, or was it the end today? You went separate ways. All right, let's take a look here. So, based on current energies, will they be back in your life? Or was this it? Is this the end? All right, what do we have here? Yeah, with the Five of Pentacles energy here, that is the fear being abandoned, being left out in the cold, being left behind. And the Ten of Coins, Ten of Pentacles, I do feel like it, just having these together the way they are, if we feel like someone left, it's because this 10 of coins is coming in. And you're going from 5 of coins to 10 of coins. And I feel like with both of these energies that are here, of course, very earth grounded energies, that this ending happened so that you could, one, face your fears, and it's a mirror for us, right? To experience and face our fear of not being enough, of not having enough, of that, you know, it's kind of like an echo from when we were younger, when we felt abandoned or left behind. This has been echoing out, and it's an unresolved emotion from the past that's giving you an opportunity for it to come up so that you can transform that and you can realize, oh yeah, when I wasn't picked on teams when I was younger, or someone died and I felt abandoned in my life, or someone left, or a parent didn't pay attention to me, or the other kids wouldn't let me play reindeer games like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right? It's, if I feel any of that, I can resolve that, and that helps prepare me for this 10 of Pentacles, which is a relationship that's coming your way. So I feel like this situation was a stepping stone for you to learn this so that you could resolve that from the past so it doesn't ripple into your next relationship. And then you'll have a different type of relationship. So I don't feel like you're going to, I feel like this is the end of that one. You've learned what you've needed to learn, and you're ready to, um, well, you've experienced what you needed to experience. Now you're ready to learn from what you experienced so that when you go into this next relationship that comes in, it'll be a different, higher vibrational type of relationship. So hopefully that helps, and you love. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right, Mika Khan, you are up. Grab your timestamp there. So if you run ads, will you get some sales? If not, what can you do to get one? What should I be careful about? Okay, let's take a look here. So tell us here about number one, if you run ads, will you get sales? We're going to type like this, is that one here. And if not, what can you do to get sales? I feel like was what you wanted to know, right? All right. Yeah, you have the Two of Coins, which is Pentacles energy out there. It is about, this power of choice. It's Jupiter energy. So I feel like if you run, I feel like there's two. It's like they're sending out two ads. So I just feel like you're going to have one that kind of deals with people who are intellectual and think, and then one kind of ad with people who have emotion. So if you have consider it coming out from two different places, right? Because you want people that are moved emotionally around something, and people who are moved mentally around something, right? Because you have people who are more make decisions from the mind, and those that make decisions from the heart. So offer two different things, one that'll tickle their brain, the other one that'll tickle the heart. And then I do feel like you can get that here. What else do they want you to know? Yeah, I feel like you'll have quick responses with the Eight of Wands too. So if you go about it with that kind of something that's visual that moves us emotionally, and something else that is more boom, 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 facts, something that will help them. Okay, thank you. You're answering questions in an ad versus the other one is how it's pictured that the things that touch it going, oh, and that's how people are drawn in. So hopefully that helps, Mika. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. Toucho Love, you are up. You want to ask if 3675. Oh, March 675, right? I was like, if 3,675 people come towards you with an offer, but I get it. This particular person that you're asking about, will they, based on current energies, will they come forward with an offer? Let's take a look here. Okay, got this, and we got this. You know, we do have this strength card with the Leo energy and the Three of Coins, the Three of Pentacles, which is about being true to one's authentic self and creativity. It's an interesting energy because I'm leaning here with a yes, I will bring an offer, but I'm going to bring it my own way and in my own timing and in my own way, especially how I want to bring it, because this Leo energy is, I'm the king of the jungle energy. It's like, hey, you know, and the Three of Pentacles is all about being true and authentic, me being me. And if anyone even tries to tell me, oh, you're going to do it this way, then they won't do it at all, right? They don't like to be pushed. They don't like to be told what they should or shouldn't do and how, or anything. They're just like, it's best just to let them do it in their own timing and their own way. And it's like, right, there you go. So I feel like they will if we leave them to do it their way. If we try to encourage an offer or, you know, try to influence how or when or anything, it's almost like trying to get a teenager to do things the way we wanted to do it. We should know as teenagers, we would do exactly opposite of what people try to have us to do, right? Resist or pull. We're like, no. But when left to do things their way, they would do it, right? And when they're ready. So I like that. Anyway, that's what they have for you, Touch of Love. Hopefully that helps. So many blessings to you. All right, Livier Vagara, hello, my friend. You are up. You're like a general reading for this coming starting week and month. All right, let's take a look here. What do they want you to know about this next starting week? Is this and the month? So this week, you got the Queen of Cups. A lot of emotional movement, and this makes sense. We got that Pisces full moon lunar eclipse. Huge, powerful emotional energy that's coming in. Your intuition is going to be sparking. You're going to be getting messages in your gut and your intuition, but you're also going to be flooded with a lot of emotion. So be aware of emotional energy, that you get to control it. You get to choose it. Either I'm going to choose lower vibration or higher vibration. Whatever we allow to flow will just expand more. That will come in here. She's even wearing a Pisces necklace. So there's this emphasis of this moon. It's impacting us today, especially people that are impacted by moon energy, which I feel like you are. So you feel the moon deeply always, but this is a especially powerful energy. So be aware of the emotional energies. The more you focus on higher vibration and gratitude and unconditional love and joy and play and laughter, the more that fills your life and sparks things that match that energy. The more we focus on fears and lower vibration, we get, of course, stuff that matches that too. So it's an important week to be aware of that. The rest of the month, you got the King of Swords. Well, you got opposites. The Queen of Cups, she rolls over cups. All queens get a second portion of cups. So she's the master of emotion. The King of Swords rolls over the sword suit of the mind. All kings get a second portion of swords. So they're the master of the mind. So you've got this balancing energy this month. You've got a lot of emotion in the beginning, but a lot of balancing mental energy that comes. So a lot of clarity that will come in um, the rest of the month. You'll get a lot of emotional clarity your first week. The other 3 weeks, a lot of clarity that comes in about understanding, seeing behind the scenes of why things are happening, um, and understanding human interactions a little more. But your intuition and your empathic abilities of feeling emotion, huge next week. So something to be aware of for that. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. And then CJ, you are up. You want to have a general read for September. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, we got that, and we got this. We got two cards that are not normal parts of tarot decks. In this deck, we have the Tree of Life and then palaces for each of the suits. You got the Palace of Coins and or Pentacles and the Tree of Life. So Tree of Life is about the pathway of, we start off at the very top as a soul, and then we go through all the various ways to come down and be a human here. But this is about the pathway back. So this is about endings and beginnings, about how am I going to go to this place. The Palace of Coins does have an energy around how am I going to find a place to be safe, to express my true worth, a place where I feel safe, a place where I feel fulfilled and full. And all of this, like, I feel like for September, this journey is about your worth. It is about how I'm defining myself. I like the Tree of Life because it's returning, remembering that this human character that I'm playing is just a character, but who I really am, right? This is the character we play, but I'm really this powerful, supernatural, spiritual spirit being made of unconditional love that has billions of expressions of myself through all the different experiences that I'm having across dimensions, everything else really helps put things into perspective of defining myself by the inside upward and not by what we're taught about the outside world. So there is this clarity of trying to find safety. I'm not going to find stability outside of me. I'm going to find stability in here. I'm not going to find my true worth out there. I'm going to find my true worth inward and upward. So I feel like that's an important piece because when we're defining ourselves by the three buckets of the outside world, which are relationships, situations, and things, all those things are unstable. None of them are forever. They're all temporary. They're all deteriorate, break down, blow up, stolen. People change, people pass away, people walk away. Jobs, education, all that never stays the same, always evolving, always changing. Unstable world, temporary world out there. In here, stable, eternal, unconditional love that we can root our foundation of our worth in, and it changes the stability of how we see everything in the outside world. So I feel like September is a big month of you really learning and seeing a lot of the instability of the outside world that keeps pointing you back inward. So I feel like that's what they want you to know right now, CJ. So many blessings to you. All right. And we have Jazz up next. Let's grab your timestamp. So, Jazz, next week you're planning to go to your native place and you'll be meeting your relatives. Yay! How's it going to go? You tend to follow your own path, and generally, people criticize it, which tells you that people fear you following your own path, because that's where criticism is a reaction of fear of, you shouldn't do that, you're going to get punished. So they criticize to try to keep you safe. That's how the human mind works, because they feel unsafe for you, because they were punished for not following the path that you're supposed to. So there's this part of it is fear of you being punished, but that's a projection of when they were feeling fearful when they were younger for being punished for doing their own thing. But then there's also this jealousy that you get to do that and I don't. I'm going to punish you because you can't do that if I can't. Well, you can too. No, I can't. I'll get punished. So I'm punishing you. And with you showing people that you can do it, I left, I was up in a higher manager position and I gave everyone notice that I was leaving, and it was like almost a six-figure job that I was gonna. I was close to it anyway. I was getting up there, and people were like, "How can you leave a job like that?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna go live my dream. I'm going to go let all this go, and I'm gonna simplify." And they're like, "Oh, I could never do that." They feared. And I'm like, "You could, and you could do it just as easy. If I can do it, you can do it." And they were like, "You're right, I could do it. I just don't want to because I like my stuff." And I'm like, "There you go." So it's this, you're showing them that they could do that too. They don't like seeing that they could do it because their little inner child doesn't like change. So just know that it's not about at you. This is all about what's going on inside of them. Their fears are igniting, reminding of their punishment for doing things outside of the norm or what's acceptable by whoever were the punishers. But they're also like, it's intriguing and it's showing them that they're only limiting themselves, and that scares them that no, no, you mean I could go do what I want? No, 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 no. Don't tell me that. That means I've been doing this to myself this whole time, right? So realize this is all about what's going on in them. It's not about what they feel about you. This is all a mirror that they're seeing. So I feel like that's important to know. And then let's see what the, based on current energies, how will this turn out? Of course, everyone's going to respond in a different way, right? But we'll see here overall what they want you to know about how this turns out. All right. Yeah, yeah, I like it. I'll do this one first. It'll end up in two ways, bad or good. You're like, duh. And you have the Eight of Coins. It's the Eight of Coins is an energy here. We do have, it's a Virgo sun energy. But there's this, um, you get to choose the story of how you feel it turns out for you. Because you can, no matter what unfolds in the outside world, you can either go, this is, oh, because they did this it was a bad time, or because they did this it was a good time. But you're the one that gets to decide, right? You're going to follow your own path with this is great, I love this for you. You're like, how's it going to go for everyone else? Well, that's up to them. That's their stories, you can't control that. But how's it going to go for you? I totally get to choose that, because I get to choose the story. Everything that happens outside in the outside world is meaningless until we put a story to it. So I get to put the story to it. I get to choose what emotion I want to feel as I'm going through it. I get to choose my physical action and all the energy I'm focusing on. So you can focus on, like, I'm going to focus on the gratitude that I get to meet my relatives. I have an opportunity to just let love and bright light shine out of me in every situation possible. And I'm going to have a great time, regardless of what anyone else chooses. I'm not at the whim of the outside world. I'm going to follow my own path and I'm going to have a good time no matter what. And I like it. It's like challenge accepted. I am going to have a great time. And everyone else is going to have the time they choose. And there's no right or wrong way to feel. Just everyone gets a different choice with a different outcome and a different experience. But you get to choose yours. Um, if they're choosing a different way, are we going to criticize them? Nope, we're going to allow them, right? We're going to, because that's what we want from everyone else, is I want to be able to do what I want in my own path without criticism. And but me trying to control people, whether they criticize or not, is me trying to control their path, right? Criticism is their choice. They're just, try to look at it as someone yelling or criticizing themselves in a mirror. When people are pointing at us, there's three fingers pointing back at them. They're talking about how they feel about themselves in some way. And so when they criticize, we're like, oh, they feel that way about them. So give that a try, Jazz. But I love that. Following your own path. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. Flo, you are up. So hi, my name is Flo. Hello, hello. So E asked you to either go for drinks or have a chat on the phone. These days, she said she's got things she wants to tell you about. What are her intentions towards you? Yeah, this is that one, right? The one. She's like, really? Okay. Let's take a look here. What are her intentions? Okay. What does she want to tell you? That's what I want to know. So we're going to look at that. So what are her intentions? We have the 2 coins. I just put this back in. It's coming back out. It does feel here, that their intentions are to kind of, this is how I can explain it, because it feels like I'm going to go 2 different directions in my life. If you feel a certain way or I get certain vibes from you, I'll go this way. If I feel these other types of vibes from you, I'm going to go this way. So I feel like they're kind of at this decision point in their life, and they want to get your one is they want to get your take on things, to get your viewpoint, and just see your reaction though too. Because if you react one way, then it's like, oh, maybe I have a chance with you of creating something maybe in the future with you. The other is, no, I don't, so I'm going to go this direction. So I feel like it's plans within plans, which I feel like that's what they have normally. It's never just here. It's, well, I wanted to tell you about what's going on in my life and just see what your thoughts are. You're like, okay, sure. And then they're all blah 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 blah, and they're looking for your reaction to find out if they have a chance of, again, like I said, creating something with you or not. And I almost feel like, I know you're like, maybe over drinks, but I feel like, why not over phone? Because then, and I know this sounds bad, but it's like, one, they have a harder time gauging you because you're very intuitive. You can pick up things over the phone with tone, with words, with energy. They can't. And so you'll have the ability to really feel what's going on without having alcohol or something start to impair uh, your antennas that are picking up stuff. And then they will also be able to see your facial expressions and stuff. So I feel like if you do over the phone, that would be a good. Uh, there's not really good or bad, but it would be a beneficial choice if that resonates with you. Unless you're not going to drink, but again, they'll see your facial expressions. They're going to be watching you. What are they? Okay, the 3 of Swords. Yeah, they want to talk about their expectations equal disappointment, their heartbreak, the things that have gone wrong in their life, and some things that they want to do in response to it. They want to talk about how sorry they are about how things happened, that type of thing too. So they want to talk about how their life has fallen apart, their disappointments, and different things like that too. And I feel like they're wanting to tug on that heroine within you that wants to rescue, and you're like, no thank you. they don't they don't realize you've evolved since you guys were dating, and that you're like, what used to attract you, rescuing hurt puppies, now repels you. So I feel like over the phone, that way you're not wasting a lot of time. as well, because I feel like right away you're like, no, I don't want to be back together with them. And so over the phone is good. Uh, I can multitask while they're telling me, pouring out their life story about what everything they've gone through that hasn't turned out the way I wanted it to. You're like, okay. So hopefully that helps flow. Of course, you get to choose for you. All right. So many blessings to you. Yay. All right. Carmel Damon, you are up. So you want to know, why is KB thinking of you and when is he planning to see you romantically? All right, let's take a look here. So I feel like you want to know what KB is thinking about you and is he planning on seeing you romantically? The Palace of Swords, they're at this place right now because the palace is unique to this deck. They are a place of safety, a place of expansion, a place of building, with communication and clarity. So I feel like right now they are trying to gain clarity more about what they feel about you, what they think about you, who you are, what's going on. I feel like they're in a big, you know, analyzing, seeking to know more, again, clarity around themselves, but especially in relationship to you. Yeah, and we have the 9 of Wands, which is, see him sitting on the stairs because it's blocked. There is this block from moving forward, and it's the fears and the mental, and I need to know more before I move forward. They're just getting a sense of an energy, like they feel, and whether this is true or not, we're just going about what they're experiencing on the inside, right? They feel like you have a lot of expectations of who they're supposed to be and should be, and blah, 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 which existed in here way before they met you. But they're thinking, you think this of what's going on inside of my brain, that there's all this that, um, like intentions and supposed to be and should be. And they're like, I don't know if I want to go in there because it's like, I don't want to feel caged. I don't want to go into a room with all these expectations. It's like, being a bull going into a china shop. I don't want to go in there. I'm going to break stuff. I'm going to disappoint. There's so many things to be careful of. Maybe I'll just stay out here. And that's where I feel they're kind of at right now. And whether, because they have so many that were already formed inside their head as they were growing up. This is what someone expects of you. Long list, right? That unravels. And they're like, that's just so much. I'm not going to be able to live up to that. No one can. That's why when we focus on expectations ourselves, we suck the life of it out of anything that we have expectations around, because we focus on what's not happening instead of having gratitude for what is. And that's, if you ever want like almost a surefire way on how to have an amazing relationship, focus on who someone is in a positive light, focusing on what you love about who someone is and what they're bringing into your relationship, and even sharing that with them specifically, giving examples of what you love about someone. That's almost a surefire way of a successful relationship. Wouldn't we want to be in that? Hell yeah. A surefire way to destroy relationships is expectations, which explains why there's like an 80% divorce rate, because we have so many expectations. No one can live up to them. We can't live up to them. No one else can either. So it's a downward spiral of lack and getting more and more disappointment, right? So I don't feel like they're currently planning on seeing you romantically. I feel like they're kind of pausing and stuck in their head. Their head is looping right now. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you, Carmel. So many blessings to you. All right. Then Trampzilla, you are up. That cracks me up. Will your financial situation change this week? All right. Based on your current energies, will your financial situation change this week? All right. Nothing there. All right. Oop, nope. That one ran away. Got one. All right. Oh, there it is. I saw one stick out. All right. There is a possibility of it here. You got the King of Pentacles, which shows abundance, buku abundance. You have the Five of Coins, which is lack energy, though. So that's why there's a possibility for it. And if I focus, the King of Pentacles or King of Coins is a card of gratitude too, because the King of Coins learns that when I focus on what I do have and what I have had that I'm so grateful for, it opens the conduit for more to come in. If I focus on that I don't have enough, I need more, I want more, I'm afraid I'm not going to have enough or be enough, that energy actually repels it away from us because my energy is saying, I want more lack. It gives me more lack because I'm focusing on the lack of. When I'm focusing on the abundance of what I do have, what I have had, that's have energy. It gives me more to have. And so that comes in with that. So you definitely have great possibilities this week with that King of Pentacles, like boom. But the Five of Pentacles is the barrier that's been holding it back, and it can all come in, but it's not going to get in through the force fields of lack unless I let those collapse as I focus on gratitude. Gratitude collapses lack force fields. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you right now, Trampzilla. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Broem 111. You are up. And you know, how does Gemini feel towards you? So right now, how does Gemini feel about you? What's going on in there? All right, we got that. And they do want this here too. Do Geminis feel? Just kidding, Geminis. I'm an air sign too. Air signs, of course, they're the twins. They can, yeah, and they do. They do have feelings. We have the Five of Cups, which is a bit of a lower vibrational sorrow energy. And the World card, this is it's a positive energy because it's the last card of the major arcana, which is an ending of a cycle, the ending of something that's bringing in the beginning and the birth of something. And they have this, with this Five of Cups, they're focusing on a lot of sadness, a lot of lower vibrational feelings. I don't even know if this has to do with you specifically, if they're just choosing this low feelings, like it's almost like when I express myself as a victim in the past, I get attention. And they kind of have this old cycle. This explains why they want to break this cycle. I feel like they learned it from one of their parents, that if I act sad when I'm not getting everything I want, then other people will try to make me happy and I get their attention and I get things my way. It's a manipulation tactic that we're all taught as humans growing up. If I act sad, I get attention. If that doesn't work, then I act mad and bully. If that doesn't work, then I reject. And if that doesn't get me what I want, then I act sad about you didn't respond to the rejection. When I hung up on you, you didn't try calling me back. When I walked out, you didn't chase after me. Oh, sadsies, right? Sadsies, bullies, rejection. Sad, bully, rejection. Sad, bully, rejection. It's this pattern that they've had, and they want to not reject it. They want to end that cycle and begin a new adventure. They don't want to keep doing it that way. But it's important here because I feel like you might get mixed messages from them because you're like, why is your emotional energy so down? Do you not like me? And it's like, no, they learned that's how you get people hooked. It's like, that's how you hook people, is they try to rescue you. Because if you act like a victim, then you get a hero. But the only problem with that is the hero eventually gets tired of you being a victim. They don't mind rescuing you once, but if it's rescuing you every day, you wear it out, right? So I feel like there's this cycle going in here, and I feel like they do have interest But I also feel like there's this they're tired of experiencing doing the same thing over and over and getting the same result. So that's why I feel like there's this hesitancy because they're like they want to break a cycle, but they're also not sure of how to um, go about coming together with someone without it being manipulative. So interesting energy there. So hopefully that helps. But that's what they have for you, Broem. So many blessings to you. All right. Aries rising, you are up. Grab your timestamp. And you are very welcome. Thank you for thanking me for offering free readings. I appreciate that. And you would like to know, will R reach out tomorrow, Monday? So based on current energies, all right, I do want that one and that one. All right, let's see here. We have the High Priestess. They will telepathically. I'm just kidding. Let's see here. And we have the Eight of Swords, which is a movement energy of communication. That's funny, though. They're going to reach out through a crystal ball. Ooh, Aries rising. I feel like it will be like, of course, over the phone kind of energy, because the High Priestess is about being pulled back away from everything with oneself, diving deep in. And the Eight of Swords is an energy about letting go of old ways of thinking. So I feel like they're very contemplative right now. This energy of Pisces coming up next week is really pulling us inward to really reflect on some stuff too with that moon, all that moon energy, which we have here. Moon. Pisces, full moon, lunar eclipse, boom. But I do feel like there is this flow of communication that comes in with that all. But I feel like it's very reflective kind of uh, communication, which could or could not be their norm. Kind of feel like that is something they do. They go through cycles of it. It feels like they can get into overthinking, but then I feel like they kind of go back and forth. Are they a Gemini? I don't know. It's like one side is getting into their head and the other side is play. So I feel like they go back and forth between the two. But I do feel with this energy, I do feel like they will call tomorrow with all of this, unless they go so reflective, they get stuck in looping. But I feel like their energy right now is reaching out because I feel like they need to talk about what they're discovering within them, kind of, if that makes sense. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Red, you are up. Good afternoon. Your free reading, please. If last minute, you'll be invited to the YJ property tomorrow. All right, let's see here. So based on current energy, let's jump into, can we jump into last minute? Can we jump into that last minute? Oh yeah, we can. All right. So let's take a look here. It's interesting, right? Because here in this moment, what does it look like when we're projecting it? And then the other card is when they're allowing me to leap into the future and parachute in to that last minute to see what happens. So right now, the Ace of Wands has to do with your energy. You can influence this outcome, and that makes sense because there's all these possibilities. If you want to go, then you can focus on gratitude of other properties that you've been able to visit, other things that worked out well, and just gratitude for the opportunity. It's all about changing it into higher vibration. If I have a need or a want energy, that pushes it away. If I fear I won't be, it'll be pushed away, right? Or if I don't want to go and I fear that I'll get invited, then I will, So it's all about gratitude. around things that are similar that you've loved, that you've experienced, and gratitude for just everything that you love in your life right now. That just puts you in this receiving energy, right? So jumping into the future here, well, again, it's emotional choice. I feel like because this is the power of choice, it's your emotional energy around it. It's um, I feel like that this is good to understand here about what what do I feel it means about me if I do get invited versus if I don't? Because I feel like there's an emotional anchor that needs to be released, and then that changes the energy that comes in there. It's like, well, I think I should. If there's an expectation, I should have been invited. Release that and go, you know what? There is no should. There just is. So there's always a reason why things happen. When we release it, then suddenly, oh, here it is. It's funny. And that's the way that it unfolds. My host, the her cable box got stuck on a Spanish station. She doesn't speak a whole lot of Spanish, so she was like, "Oh no, gotta get a cable box." Went to the car to go get a new cable box. Her battery was dead, and while she was waiting, after they replaced the battery, they took off, and she um, wanted to make sure she let it run for a little bit. She turned it off, turned it back on, wouldn't turn back on. She called the battery people to come back. And while she was waiting, we were having this conversation about releasing because she was getting frustrated that things weren't unfolding. And I'm like, what a great opportunity it's coming up for us. So when you look at why is it important? What are we fearing? Where's our frustration coming from? And when she was like, yeah, everything's fine, whatever. So she plugged back in the cable box they had. Because she goes, at least I can probably bring in Netflix or something. The cable box turned on, everything worked smoothly. So just a change of energy changed how things were working, and it was funny. And I feel like that's what will happen here as well. So you have that ability to make the change by your energy. So I know that's what they have for you. All right. So many blessings for you, Red. All right. So Summer, or AKA Moonlight, thank you for your donation earlier. And your free question is, I just wonder, will I receive the phone call that I'm expecting this upcoming week, or do I have to wait for a long time? Interesting. I bet you're going to get Wands energy. It all depends. If I let go of my expectations, I allow it to come in. If I focus on my expectations, I push it away, right? Let's see what Spirit has to say here for you based on your current energies. Will you receive the phone call, or will you have to wait? You have the Queen of Cups, the power of your emotional energy, and the Ace of Swords. So I do feel like you get the call come in here. But with that intuition and the Queen of Cups, we've got a lot of emotional energy coming in this week with that Pisces. Here's she wearing that Pisces necklace around her neck. So we've got that moon energy coming in. So I do feel like it sends a wave of emotional energy because you have such strong emotional energy, and it's being super amplified by this full moon. And like they were saying, if you release the expectation like it's supposed to, it should, and the emotional energy I have around that to release and surrender and going, Creator, I trust that the phone call is going to come in at the perfect time and in the perfect way for me. And I'm going to let it go. I release the expectation, because expectation energy is it must happen. If it doesn't, I'm disappointed. I'm uh, disappointed, but maybe a little frustrated, or blah, 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 blah. Because there's an energy of having to wait. But there's this allowing it to go and trusting it. Then it allows it to come in. When we release the energy, then we allow, we become a chalice, that like the Queen of Cups, like that Ace of Cups. We become that chalice she's holding. We open up to receive instead of trying to control through that we allow ourselves to receive in that. So I like that for you. The Ace of Swords is about new communication that can come in, but I feel like the emotional energy is either going to act like a tide coming in, where it allows things, like when we're receiving, we allow the tide to bring things to us, or we're pushing things away and it can't come in, because it's like whenever, if you ever try to launch a boat when the tide's coming in, it just it's so hard and it can't get that way. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. The power, the emotional power. All right. And then lastly, but not leastly, we have Jojo. Thank you for your multiple donations this afternoon. I appreciate that. I want to know, does your body like that you stop smoking, or did your energy vibe with it? Oh, right. Let's take a look here. Okay. Okay. So did your body do that? We have the 10 of Swords here and the Page of Wands. It's an interesting energy because it's like, did my body like that I stopped smoking? And with the 10 of Swords, like, your body doesn't have any expectations on you, what to do or what not to do. I will just respond to your actions, right? So I like that they like, I don't have a, like, your body says, I don't have an opinion on there, but the Page of Wands is, with you stopping, I will have more energy to make myself, my body, make it run at a higher vibration. Um, so I do feel like they're saying the result of it is I'll do this, but I don't have an opinion about it. But they didn't vibe with it, like saying this makes me different. Um, but they're saying that the smoke actually inhibits the energy within your body. And they're like, this will help me work at a higher energy if you don't. And I like that for you. It's like it's like choosing to eat and drink and whatever things that tell our body we love it. And they're like, with you quitting, I'm smoking because that does harm me. Um, I'm grateful because I'm like, oh, you love me. But they don't have an opinion around it, if that makes sense. I didn't put your timestamp. Oh my gosh, I'll have to grab that here. I got all excited, but I'll grab your timestamp. You wouldn't even have known if I hadn't just said that. But that's what they have for you, Jojo. So many blessings to you. And thank you guys so much for all of your love and support and patience getting to your readings. I'll be back on Thursday. I'm on Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights from 6 to 9 p.m. Mountain. And then also on Saturday and Sunday mornings from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain. Sunday's the only day that if I don't finish everything in the morning, I do come back in the afternoon to finish everything out. So have an amazing week. Enjoy this wonderful full moon in Pisces, lunar eclipse energy coming next Sunday. You're going to feel it all week because all of you are very in tune with the moon, I know. So you're feeling it. So enjoy that. Let that wonderful energy connect us even stronger to the spirit world, and be still and quiet as much as we can so that we can hear the messages, the whispers of spirit even more clearly. So until I see you guys again, remember that every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. You hang in there. Take care of yourself. Remember, have some fun this week, because why are we being so serious? It's a playground. Let's go play. All right. I do love you guys. We'll see you soon.